So today I'm going to be reviewing the Happy Helper plan from Animal Crossing that has been released I think a day or two ago. I have been playing the trial for about a day or two now, and I know some people are a bit skeptical whether they like it, they're a bit unsure. I thought I'd give like a little review, my opinions, how I feel about it, what's going on in there. So as a quick overview, I'm just going to read to you what Nintendo say is included in the Happy Helper plan. Okay, so it's £2.99 if you're in the UK, I think, which is quite cheap, honestly, for a membership thing, but as you go throughout the year, if you continuously use this plan, obviously £2.99 is going to start to add up, and it does add up to a lot of money eventually if you continue to use it. So the Happy Helper plan is basically exactly what it says. You can choose a camp caretaker who will take care of requests in your campsite while you are offline. As you log back in after being offline for a period of time, basically you will get rewards, and your caretaker will have answered and dealt with all of the requests from other animals that are at your campsite or just around your village. That isn't all it does, it also helps you with events, so scavenger hunts, fishing tournaments, garden events and more. It covers all of those, and the caretaker will collect some of the items that you need for the event for you. So at the minute the event is the scavenger hunt, and my campsite manager, not manager, caretaker, need to get that into my head, the right terminology, get your item time reduced. So if something takes 2 hours to craft, basically it will now only take it, well, it does it like automatically. So I had an item that would take 2.5 hours, and it did it like straight away, like 0 seconds to make, but if you've got like 24-hour things, they usually reduce them by like 3 hours or so, I think. That's what I've noticed anyway. You also get access to the journal, and I'm going to get into that a bit later because I'm going to go into the pros and cons, and I'm going to say like what's good, what's bad, go into more detail about all of these things. So that was just like a little overview of everything. Now I can get into the actual review. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pros of using this. So first there's less crafting time. I find this pretty helpful. I craft items a lot because I want to get as many animals into my campsite as I possibly can, but I don't know if it's worth paying money for. Like, I appreciate that items that will usually take 2.5 hours now don't require any time at all, but also, can I just not wait for 2.5 hours rather than spending my actual money on it? I'm a little bit torn on that. I feel like they should have gone all the way with reducing time. Like, you're paying money, and really if you think about it, 2.5 hours isn't a lot. If you've got a 24-hour item, you've still got like a lot of hours. You've got like 22 hours left on that item still to go. So I don't know, I don't think 2 hours really makes all that much difference unless you're crafting really short timed items often. So, and I'm usually not. I often craft like 8-hour items, so it's just like going down to 5 hours, and it's like, is it worth it? I'm not convinced. You also get 60 leaf tickets. I think it's every 9 days, because when I first joined they sent 60 leaf tickets, and then I went into my membership and it said 9 days you will get 60 leaf tickets, so I'm pretty sure that it's every 9 days. I don't know if anywhere has confirmed this, but that's what it looks like on my app. I appreciate the leaf tickets for sure, but I'm not sure, again, it's worth the money because 60 isn't a ton, and I feel like if you're only doing this membership for leaf tickets, don't get the membership, just buy leaf tickets straight off the bat, because you're just going to save so much money doing that than paying for a membership where you only get 60. So I think it is absolutely adorable that you can have your like favourite animal just follow you around. Mine is Chrissy, and I think she's absolutely adorable and she's my favourite, and having her just like trail after me constantly, I love it. Again, Is it worth £2.99 just to have an animal follow you around into different areas? Who knows? I sometimes do find it a little bit annoying, but I'm going to get into that in the cons bit because I'm kind of doing a pro and then doing a con to the pro. So I will go into why I'm a little bit iffy with the caretaker following you around everywhere, because I've run into a few little problems with it. But it is an option to turn off, by the way, so that's good. If you don't want your animal following you around, just turn the option off on the membership little tab thing. Yeah, I mentioned this at the start of the video. You can finish events a lot faster. They're so much easier to complete. So if you're a person who's like in college, in school, at work, any of that jazz, and you don't have enough time to sit and play events, then your camp caretaker will do that for you. Well, they won't complete the whole event for you, but what they will do is basically contribute to that and give you quite a few things to help with that and to completing the event if you're too busy. But you don't have to catch bugs or fish, so again, if you don't have enough time to walk around catching bugs and fish to complete requests, your camp caretaker can do it for you while you're offline. That is a pro if you're busy, I guess. I personally like going around and catching them, so I'm not a big fan of that feature. You can still go and catch them and whatever, but your inventory is like usually full with what the caretaker has got for you. When you're asleep, when you're at work, when you're at school, all of that stuff, your caretaker will complete all of the requests for you, so you won't miss any. You're not gonna like come back and be bombarded with requests because the caretaker has done most of them for you. You can still complete requests for animals, they're not gone just because your caretaker does it. There's always requests available when you're online, so don't think suddenly you can't do any requests for animals at your campsite or across like the village or anything. It's still a thing. This is something that I really love, and it's the Pocket Camp journal. So basically the journal has different newsletters, but I don't care about them. The best feature, you get to see what items are coming out next. So currently the Christmas items are being put in place and they've put them onto the Pocket Camp journal, so you can see what items will be arriving like in a few weeks, in a month or whatever. And I really like that because then I know to save my leave ticket so I can get all of this. So I'm going to get into the cons now, things I'm a little bit iffy on, I'm not sure about, that I don't like. So I mentioned this kind of in the pros but went off on one. So 60 leave tickets, not a lot for what you're paying. I know it's every 9 days, but still, if you're just doing it for leave tickets, buy them. Go get them. Pay for just a leave ticket pack. Do not buy a membership, I beg you. When you're offline, your friendship doesn't level up with the animals. So if your caretaker is completing requests for you while you're fast asleep or you're at work, your friendship levels are not going to be going up with those animals. So that's really like, why? Surely that should be a feature. I don't know. I know you aren't directly interacting with the animals, but I feel like a lot of people would want this pack so that they can then kind of get their friendship levels up without having to actively play it all the time because they have other responsibilities than Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you know? So that got me a little bit like, okay, Nintendo, that's cool. Because the caretaker collects items for you and completes requests a lot, I kind of feel like there's less gameplay. It kind of feels as if you're paying for the game to be played for you. Like, they're completing your events, they're completing your requests. You can't level up with animals when you're not online anymore. I mean, you couldn't level up with them before anyways, but the problem is now, like, I don't know, I just think that should have been the thing. I'm gonna keep ranting about this forever until they put this in place. I'm acting as if someone from Nintendo is watching me with my 200 subscribers right now. Like, I know you can still collect items and stuff, but it doesn't feel the same, because it's pointless going to collect items when you've already got a ton that your caretaker has already got for you. And I don't know, I'm a little bit not a big fan. I am not sure if when my trial is up I'm going to continue playing with the Happy Helper plan. I think it's really cute having Chrissy following me around, but I've noticed some issues where if there's a small confined space and she is like behind me or in front of me, I then cannot move, and I've got like stuck in places and I have to literally like move so it pushes her out the way, and I find it a bit annoying where I'm physically having to force my animal to move just so I can get around to go and pick some fruit. That is an issue that I've bumped into, but if you don't like that issue, you can turn it off so that your caretaker doesn't follow you around everywhere. They did also say that you could have special conversations with your caretaker as they follow you around. I've had 0 special conversations with my caretaker. All my caretaker has said to me is basically, I will do my best to help. And sometimes they will ask for a request of you. Even though they're supposed to be completing the request, like, why don't you just do it yourself? But it also does level up when you read your report from the caretaker, so it adds to your friendship, which I think is quite a good thing to do, because they obviously aren't requesting as much because they're completing your requests. So those were my opinions on the Happy, I've completely forgotten the name of the plan now. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Please give a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. I want to be making more Animal Crossing content, so I hope you like that. If you like Animal Crossing, welcome. Here is your place to be. What is all of this jazz? I get really awkward on outros. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the cooking depot plan, just because it's a little bit pricey. Like, that's pricey for some fortune cookies. I'm not very convinced by that plan. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna try it out. Who knows. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.